Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, Juneteenth is next month, and already FBA people are putting people on notice that this is not a holiday for them. This is a Black American holiday. President Joe Biden made it a national holiday in 2021 to keep from doing things that Black people really wanted. Juneteenth was going along like it had been going for 100 and something years, and it wasn't bothering anybody. But he did that to keep from doing something about the school to prison pipeline or about the crime bill that we asked for or reparations. So he threw this at us, and it has caused a lot of anxiety for some Black Americans because they felt like he should have left that holiday alone and left it to the people who have been celebrating it all the time.
Do anybody else from Texas wish that Juneteenth was still our little thing? Why am I looking at the news and seeing people doing African drum circles and all type of other shit? Like, y'all do realize by 1865, the slaves that was freed last minute from Texas, let's talk about it. I'm from Texas. Y'all do know that by this time that these were Black Americans. Y'all do realize they were not wearing no dashikis and doing no drum circles. I am 32 years old. I have celebrated Juneteenth my entire existence. Didn't nobody think to ask us how we was already doing it? You need to celebrate Juneteenth how Southern Black Americans would celebrate Juneteenth, because these are Southern Black Americans that you was talking about. Like, you would have been more accurate to have you a little Zydeco band than you would be to have a drum circle. You got snow cones, you got catfish, you got barbecue, you got Black people coming together, having a good time together. It gives family reunion. That's what Juneteenth has always given in the southeast of Texas. Family reunion. I have no idea what the fuck it is that y'all doing right now.
This picture isn't insulting because of division. It's insulting because it represents erasure. It's like you're taking a cultural group that had nothing to do with Juneteenth, nothing to do with Black Americans at all, and then trying to insert their culture in replace of ours to celebrate something that only has to do with us. This West African Ghanaian culture does not represent Black Americans at all. No Black American grew up eating egusi soup or okra soup or jollof rice. Like, that's not a part of our culture. That would be like Black Americans having soul food in Ghana as a replacement for jollof or banku or whatever they were having in celebration of some festival that only had to do with their people. It just wouldn't make sense. We have our own culture, and that culture is what should be represented and celebrated for Juneteenth.
So these two women are expressing how many Black Americans feel. Because every year around Juneteenth, the same conversation pops up, and somehow the same disrespect follows right behind it. Juneteenth is a Black American holiday. Not a global Black holiday, not a Black people everywhere holiday, a Black American holiday. And yet, some folks still insist on centering themselves in something that does not belong to them. Let's start with clarity. Juneteenth commemorates the emancipation of enslaved Black Americans in Texas in 1865. That is a specific lineage, a specific history, and a specific people. This is not a vague, symbolic celebration of freedom in general. This is not a Pan-African festival. This is not a cultural buffet where anyone can walk in and rearrange the menu. It is a memorial, a celebration, a cultural anchor for the descendants of enslaved Black Americans. Every year, Black Americans say the same thing. You are welcome to observe respectfully, but you cannot center yourself. And every year, some people respond with, well, I'm Black too, or why are you gatekeeping, or we are all the same. No, we are not all the same. And acknowledging that is not divisive, it's honest. Cultural specificity matters. Historical accuracy matters. Respecting boundaries matters. How hard is it to respect other people's culture? Here's the truth people don't want to admit. Some immigrants arrive in America with preloaded narratives about Black Americans. Some expect to socially outrank us. Some assume Black is one big category where they automatically inherit everything. But when they get here, they realize something. Black Americans have a culture, a lineage, a history, a political identity, a constitutional footprint, and a cultural influence that shapes the entire country. And instead of respecting that, some try to override it. And that's what Rachel Lynn means when she says, erase it. You can't erase it. That's the part we're not doing anymore. So some people act like they don't know what respect looks like. Respect is simple. You don't center yourself in someone else's holiday. You don't rewrite someone else's history. You don't universalize something that is not universal. You don't turn a memorial into a mixer. If you want to celebrate with us respectfully, beautiful. If you want to learn the history, even better. But if you want to make Juneteenth about you, that's where the line is drawn. So the real message is this isn't about exclusion. This isn't about division. This is about cultural literacy. Black Americans have the right to define, protect, and honor our own cultural traditions without being told we are gatekeeping something that was born out of our ancestors' suffering and survival. Juneteenth is ours. And respecting that is not difficult. It just requires humility. So again, I'll ask the question, how hard is it to respect other people's culture? Because where I'm standing, it shouldn't be hard at all. Y'all let me know what you think about this video and have a good evening.